Wisconsin does have a rich cultural and racial diversity. That's just who we are, but how it shows up in education, we can do better. When we come to this frame for Black children, it's this whole conversation around, we feel that there's something that's broken, that we need to fix it, that we have to treat them differently. No?
I'm good at math, reading, social studies, science. I'm really good at drawing and cooking.
Under the conditions that most people are working with in our schools, particularly those schools that are so-called at risk, they're put at risk. They're not at risk because of who's there. They're at risk because of how we treat them.
I actually had advanced classes this year.
And my grades is good. I just checked yesterday.
Children, they all have capital. We all have some unique gifts and talents that are innate to us. How do we tap into their best self?
I go and look for treasure. I go into school, I'm going to see all kinds of opportunities, things that are already happening that you haven't even paid attention to, that you can work with right now. And I think we think too much in terms of technical fixes to what really is a cultural problem.
We have 93% attendance, so our students love coming to school. Every morning for announcements, we listen to a song by Nas, I Can. So we stick that in their minds that early on that they can accomplish and be whatever they want to be. It's important that they hear positive affirmations on a regular basis, because once they continue to hear that, they begin to believe it. And once it goes from their head hearing it, it goes to their heart.
When I think about my own teaching and classroom experience, you don't know what you don't know. If I knew that my experiences were different than the children that I'm teaching that are before me, I have some work to do.
All of our teachers, they've had professional development on building relationships with students, making sure that they're checking their biases, and having 2 African-American males at an elementary school have changed the dynamics and culture of our school.
Parents, families, and the school, they're all partners. So what do you do to finesse that? If you don't know who your students are, you don't know who the families are, then the absence of that relationship is not going to help teachers to be able to have positive learning outcomes.
I think our approach here is one based on love. I know it sounds a little corny, but love. Part of it's learning, part of it's social. You know, kids show up here every day to connect. Every student wants to feel like they belong. Student-teacher relationship is so important for that to happen. That there shouldn't be any embarrassment with being confused about something or not knowing or just flat out making a mistake.
You want to have a solid relationship and rapport and have a real interest in understanding where students come from, their communities, their families.
For anybody that's in education, you gotta be transparent. You gotta come out of yourself. My job is just to love them, reach them, and teach them.
We saw a need for a school-based mentoring program. We were able to find 2 wonderful gentlemen who want to do that work, and it's made all the difference in the world.
My favorite part is just talking with my brothers, how we can keep reaching our goals. If we didn't reach our goals all the way, we can just keep trying.
When we get kids sitting in a circle, that alone begins to make a difference, building that mutual support. And it's also a space for them to have some real intellectual engagement. It's not just academic, but just like really opening their minds.
When you got that education and you can go and you can start a career, start a family, and do all the things that you want, that's what makes you a man.
Lots of kids kind of feel shy talking about like their emotions. Here you can kind of be free and tell your brothers what's going on.
Can you imagine a child that has no voice? To have just somebody to just sit down and just don't say nothing, just listen to them. Like, I'm just gonna make this all about you. You just tell me what's on your mind, what's going on in your heart, what's going on at home, what's going on in school. How can I help you become great? And they just tell you everything. And just building that relationship with them to know that, hey, anytime something going on, I can go talk to Mr. White.
The teacher is not just an instructor. A teacher, through a culturally responsive pedagogy, is also a mediator. You know, I'm not imposing my own beliefs on you, but I'm making sure that I'm opening up these doors of opportunity for you.
We have 25 students that are in the program. Everyone has improved in their math assessments. The average increase was 8 points in reading and 11 points in math.
Students are going to talk regardless. They want to be heard. They want to feel valued. And so having circles of support here to validate that, to get them to express themselves, to reflect on who they are and how they can grow as people has been tremendous.
I let them share as much as they want to share. And then when I feel like that they don't want to, I don't push them. The main important part here is about trust.
I like coming to the circle because I know that I could talk about anything to the girls in the group. In this circle, I just feel like I can be myself. It's like walking into a home that you can tell anybody anything.
Today, we're going to open up a topic for just dedication and what dedication means to you.
Do good at high school.
Do good at high school.
You know, you have stuff like on the inside that you like have to carry on your back, weighs you down and make you get bad grades and stuff like that. You can come in here and tell anything.
Hypothetically, after college, what type of career would you be pursuing?
Being an entrepreneur, basically running my own business.
You can be a doctor.
Doctor.
I want to be a surgeon or an OBGYN. I want to be a doctor. I want to be an orthodontist.
They look at this as a sisterhood of the natural circle of support. And what I'm encouraging teachers to do is to build a better relationship, and then there'll be a better understanding of, you know, how they come to school, what they feel, and what is important to them and what is real to them.
Circles started more than 10 years ago, and all Circles did is to create an opportunity, create conditions to think out of the box that we usually think of in schools.
That role of facilitator is extremely critical because they're really that point between the students, between staff, and even advocating like on behalf of the students and the families at times. It's not just hard work, but it's hard work at the same time. Trying to connect on that human level. We teach them that you're really just there to facilitate. There's like a collective knowledge and each student brings something to the table. It requires that you look at yourself. So what we try to do is really uncover and unpack what's really at play.
We're brought in to address the symptoms. They discover, okay, these are the gaps in our school culture or the problems in our practice. This is what we really need to work on. Circles is a catalyst for change. It's not a program at all. When you change the peer culture, and when I say change, you draw out of kids what they already know and can already do, but now are motivated to, that's when the magic happens.
So we can be successful in life, that we can do it.
Like, you gotta show like the little ones that they have to do it to like succeed.
This is what we do to support what our students are capable of and the capital that families bring to the school.
Culturally relevant professional development, getting to know your students, what motivates them.
If you want to be culturally responsive, just talk to people. Talk to them about what they like to do outside of school. Talk to them about the most positive things that they love about their community. Just have that dialogue.
My teachers helped me get an education, and they made me a great person.
Everyone realizing that they are in this together. You experience that from the front office staff to the cafeteria. There's an element of trust that you do have my best interest at heart.